Liu Jian, a Chinese spy, goes to Paris to assist the French authorities in capturing Chinese mob leader Mr. Big, who's involved in drug trafficking. He meets Inspector Jean-Pierre Richard, a corrupt detective who deceives Liu into thinking he's assisting with surveillance. During an operation, Mr. Big meets two female escorts, one being Jessica Kamen, an American, and takes her to his room for a private encounter. While Liu and others watch via a camera, Mr. Big dismisses everyone except the two women. The other escort pretends to seduce him and then stabs Mr. Big. Liu intervenes and subdues her, but when he tries to call for help, Richard arrives, using Liu's own gun to shoot Mr. Big and the woman, framing Liu for the murders. Jessica hides in the bathroom during the chaos. Realizing he has been framed, Liu escapes from the hotel with a surveillance tape that shows Richard shooting Mr. Big. Later on, Chinese officials come to France to look into the case, but they don't buy Richard's story. Liu meets with one of them on a ferry and gives him the tape, revealing the truth. Unfortunately, Richard's men see them, and the Chinese official is killed. Liu has to run from the police and special commandos. After getting away, he has to keep a low profile. As his situation worsens, he meets Jessica, whose daughter was kidnapped by Richard to force her into working for him. Liu discovers that Jessica was the second escort at the hotel on the night of Mr. Big's murder. He realizes she can prove his innocence, but she refuses to go without rescuing her daughter, Isabel. Liu believes the tape would provide the best evidence, so he sends Jessica to steal it from Richard's office. Jessica successfully retrieves the tape, and then they both head to an orphanage where Isabel is being held. However, Richard anticipates their move and ambushes them at the orphanage. During their escape, Jessica is shot in the chest. Liu rushes her to the hospital in time, and then heads to the police station, determined to retrieve her daughter. Liu reaches the police station where Richard is holding Isabel hostage and fights through more policemen. He spectacularly eliminates Richard's henchman and enters his office and sees him holding Isabel at gunpoint. Even though Liu is unarmed, he warns Richard that killing Isabel will give him enough time to retaliate. Richard tries to shoot Liu but only hits his shoulder. Despite the injury, Liu disarms Richard and uses an acupuncture needle on his neck in a forbidden technique called the Kiss of the Dragon. This causes a painful death by brain aneurysm, and Richard dies this way as Liu leaves with Isabel. Returning to Jessica's hospital room, Liu removes an acupuncture needle from her neck, waking her up. She happily finds Isabel sleeping peacefully by her side.